Hello there folks, today we are starting my top 100 of all time. But before I'll go into the list and explain you all the games that I have on this list, I want to do a small introduction. So first of all, this list was done at the end of May, beginning of June, somewhere there. So the thing is, we are constantly playing new games. That means there might be some games that I have played in June that might have ended up in my top 100. So I can give you an example. The Lost Expedition would definitely be in my top 100. Historia would definitely be in my top 100 if I would have played them before I did this list. So, but you know, that's the problem of the nowadays world of board games, where you constantly play new games. So you can never do the list which is always up to date. So, but let's go to this one. And also, when I did the top 100, I realized that I had to kind of rate the games differently within that list. So some games are in the list for one reason or another reason, and they're on that spot or the other spot. So maybe if I would do top 10, it would be different. Maybe like, let's say, top 10 of a certain type, it would be different. Top 3 of a certain type, it would be somewhere really high on the list, but in top 100, it's really low on the list. So there are those differences. I had to go with emotions. I haven't played some of these games for a while, but I remember the emotion. I remember that I liked them really much. So I wanted to go with this pure emotion. If I had fun, that's the key word basically. If I have fun with the game, it should be in my top 100, but if I have fun with 150 games, then I have to cut those 50 games out somehow. So, but let's go to this list, I think, and not talk too much, and start with 100 to 91. So, my top 100th game is Robinson Crusoe. So yeah, we do not own Robinson Crusoe anymore. There was a new edition that came out as well. That we didn't pick it up. We sold the old version with the expansion as well, eventually, because I would say, yeah, everyone would say the rulebook is the problem, yes. And lots of rules, basically. It should have been maybe a little bit more streamlined, because every time we took it out to play it again, after a while, we really forgot all the rules and exceptions, and there's so many things you need to track, so many things you need to explain or to learn and whatever. But on the other hand, it's still in my top 100. I really enjoyed the experiences that I had within the game while we were playing the game, when we knew all the rules. It's a great hybrid game. It's an Ameritrash Euro game, mix and match there, where you have a really strong theme, you have this worker placement, and you have cooperation as well. It just feels so much fun. But it's really time consuming, and getting it out all the time with trying to learn the rules, once again, it's just it wasn't worth it. But I still, if there would be a chance to play Robinson Crusoe at some point again, I would do that. I'm sure I would love the experience. Maybe the new edition is much better, and now there's like First Martians, so maybe the First Martians will totally replace Robinson Crusoe for everyone. Who knows? Now, this was my 100th Robinson Crusoe. My 99 is Onitama. Now, this is a chess-like game, abstract game, where each of you owns few pieces, and you have these cards which have movement restrictions, how you can move those pieces diagonally, forward, like these are like turtle, snake, I don't know, monkey, whatever the different card names they are, how they go, how they move. So you're trying to move the pieces and trying to get the sensei piece of another player, so you will win the game. And that's really cool. We played it in Italy on our honeymoon on the beach. It's not a big game. You can take it with you. It has really cool this mat there, and really cool pieces. It looks really nice for an abstract game, and it's fast. but it's yet thinky, really thinky, because you're looking at the card you can use right now, you're looking at the future card that you will get, and you must think that, all right, if I use this card right now, in the future turn, my opponent can use this same card. And that's really cool, and you basically trying to solve kind of a chess-like puzzle. I have played chess in my childhood, so I felt a little bit like that. So, but we do not own this game anymore because there is another game that has replaced Onitama for us. We don't need too many two-player games, so I'll talk about the other game later. So Onitama, my number 99. My number 98 is a game about sweets and exchanging them and trying to get not the high score, but the low score. The lowest score will win the game. That's Sweet Nose. We recently did a review of this game as well. You can check it out on our channel. So, but this game has really cool, weird theme legend where the Sweet Nose went to get the godly dessert or whatever, candy, and he was the god of thunders punched him with the thunder, and he became ashes, and out of those ashes became ants. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. I mean, like, weird theme, but eventually what you're trying to do, you are trying to outguess and outsmart other opponents, and you try to use a little bit of deduction to see what your opponents want or don't want. So you are exchanging candies. But before that, you are basically setting multipliers, sort of prizes for each candy. And you want, at the end of the round, you want to get less of the candies that you have set high price for, because then you will get more points, which is bad because you want to get less points. And on the other hand, you're trying to figure out what your opponents want and don't want. I mean, regarding the candies themselves, you're changing with each other. At some point, you're scoring, and then you have these shop tiles. So whoever scored a lot of points, which is bad, he can choose from many more shop tiles, which will give you special abilities. It's really easy to get into. It's really easy to understand how the game flows, but it's really cool. It's this outsmarting aspect that I like very much in different games. So Sweet Nose, and it looks amazing, like with all those different custom shaped candy tokens, whatever they are. So really like that. So Sweet Nose, my number 98, sorry. So, number 97 is a game that we took on a honeymoon in Italy in Cinque Terre with us, because this game is about Cinque Terre. So, this game is called Cinque Terre. We were in Cinque Terre, so we played it in Cinque Terre. And it boosted our experience because of the place, because, you know, everything like that. So we played these two-player games, and this game, I would say it's an introductory pick-up and delivery game where you are delivering different goods, like vegetables basically, and you go around the circle. You have to go around the circle, and you are trying to harvest these goods and then sell them in different towns. But the thing is that you need to go in circle, and the towns go in certain order. You're trying to get different combinations of those goods, so you can score objective cards and extra lira, which is money, which is points at the end of the game. So a cool part about that one is also that the prices of those goods are set by dice. So you roll dice, and not each city will have every good there, like price for every good. So you can sell certain goods in certain cities at certain prices. So this is kind of a restriction that adds to that gameplay and experience quite a lot. And overall, a nice introductory gateway pick up and deliver game. It's Cinque Terre. I would definitely recommend it. So it was my number 97. My number 96 is another gateway type game, which I wanted to get because I wanted to get something maybe a little bit similar to Ticket Ride, but not Ticket Ride. So Airlines Europe. Airlines Europe is about distributing your planes around this map and trying to get the most shares, points, whatever they are, and money. And basically, I really like this route building over there, where you can build up and then block other opponents. and it looks really nice. It's really easy to get into, to understand, and you're buying shares, and it's like a set collection, which I do like as well. So overall, a really nice game. Airlines Europe, number 96. My number 95 is yet another gateway game, but a little bit more mean. That's Survive Escape from Atlantis. Now, it looks really cool. You have these different thickness tiles. You're trying to get your meeples off the islands to the sides of the boards with either you go swimming yourself, but it's really, really slow, or you hop on the boat and ride really fast, but there are monsters and whales and sharks luring around to kill you, and basically people do a lot of take that in this game. So you want others to suffer and your meeples to get to those side islands, so you will win the game. And meeples have those points at the bottom of them, so when you place them, basically one thing is that you will probably forget. So first of all, you're looking at this numbers on the bottom of the meeples. You're placing them on the islands. Later on, you cannot look at them except at the end of the game, where you will basically score the points for them. But at some point you have to remember where are what pawns, and they are different. Like some give you 5 points, some of your pawns give you only 1 point. And eventually, if you will only save, you save like 4 meeples with only 1 point each, you will get 4 points, which is not a lot. And then somebody saves only 2 of his meeples, but they're both worth maybe 5 and 4, so he wins the game. So you have to be smart over here, and just a lot of fun, a lot of take that, just killing others, and so that's number 95, Survive Escape from Atlantis. My number 94 is a game that I played in its previous form, Heron Zeus, and then played in its newer form from Zeman Games. It's Thunder and Lightning. Thunder and Lightning is a 2-player, now yet again, outguessing game. So you have basically, you will form 3 columns of the cards, and those cards have different values, and some of them have abilities, and you are trying to basically get the I don't remember what were the exact cards that there was one certain card from the opponent or from yourself. So the other player wants to get your card, wants to find it. If he finds it, he wins the game, and you want to find his one special card. And if you will find it, you win the game. So, but there are different abilities, different numbers, and you're trying to... The cards at the front will fight each other. You will compare value, strength. Sometimes the abilities will occur that will block your opponent or help him more. Sometimes you can discard cards from your hand. So there's a lot of that hand management and yet outsmarting. So like, for example, if you will hold the special card in your hand, and then your opponents will have kind of a special ability to discard 1 card from your hand. If he discards the special card, you're done. So you're trying not to make this special card stay in your hand for long, so you want to put it into the battlefield, but then you want to defend it with the other cards around it. But maybe opponent will figure this out and do another special ability to get to this card. So a lot of that strategy and outsmarting right there. So this is Thunder and Lightning, really cool game, amazing art, and really cool production from Zeman Games for the reprint of this game. So, number 94 was Thunder and Lightning. Number 93 is a game about spies. It's from Renegade Games. It looks really cool, and it's covered. Now covered, yes, it's about spies. You are going across the map to different cities, collecting intelligence, but basically what you're doing, you're trying to get the set collection done, trying to get the different items in order to fulfill the different cards that will give you points at the end of the game. You will also gain some of these cards as the symbols, extra symbols that you can use later. So basically you will become better and better at solving all these different cards. And the key mechanism are the dice. Basically, you roll the dice and you assign them to various spots, kind of like worker spots. You have some restrictions on that as well, what numbers, where, and what. So, and it's a really cool but really crunchy kind of a puzzly game where you need to think quite a lot. Where, what, and how can you put those dice? and where should you go, what should you collect. And so really cool, nice production puzzle game covered my number 93. My number 92 is a cooperative game which is based on the mechanic of Hanabi, but like we don't own Hanabi. We played it, we liked it, but it wasn't something really amazing, so we sold this game. So, and then we weren't really thinking about the other game that I'm gonna reveal right now. So it's Beyond Baker Street, sorry. Beyond Baker Street. So yeah, we thought like, I think we don't need this one. It's Hanabi, maybe a little bit more advanced Hanabi. But eventually we bought this game because I really wanted to try it at some point because I heard quite good words about this one. So we bought the game, we tried the game, and it's really cool. It has this Hanabi mechanic, the same, but it has this twist to it as well. And it's not really hard to get into the game. And I like that you're not only trying to get the numbers in the right order, it's not about this one, it's about getting the sum of the values of the cards the right way into the right spots. And you get penalized if you do it wrong, so which is really, really cool. And you can give hints to each other, and you know, this Hanabi mechanic itself is really cool. And then you can play with the special abilities of characters as well. You can make the game harder with them, you can make the game easier with them. And you have this kind of you can customize the game to your own needs to make it easier or harder, which is really cool. And you have this timing aspect, so you want to be as efficient as possible, not to play too many cards, otherwise the time will go further and then you can lose the game. So Beyond Baker Street, a really cool cooperative Hanabi style game, number 92. Number 91, and this is now the party game, and I'm not into party games at all, though I've enjoyed few recently, but usually I don't want to rate them that much because these are party games, activities more than games. But Happy Salmon is an amazing experience for 5 minutes. So I really like how Happy Salmon can gather people who are serious gamers, Euro games, whatever they are, or American gamers, what else, you know. They go into this game like with a serious face. And then when the game starts, they're running around crazy, bump fist, whatever, the clap, the Happy Salmon, whatever they do, all these things there. It's amazing, it's cool. When you're in this game, it's just a chaos. Like you're trying to get your cards done as fast as possible. And when you are looking at this game from the side as just a observer, you're like, spectator, you're like, these people are crazy. These people are really crazy because they're like shouting and doing all this stuff around. Really cool. What else is really cool about this game? You can do the quiet mode as well, where you are not saying or shouting anything. You're just trying to like do this, like silent, like this, you know. And it's amazing to look at this one, spectate this one as well, this mode as well, because you look at these people, their faces, they're so concentrated and they're like, you know, it's just so much fun to look at this game. And it's really fun to play this game, and 5 minutes and it goes like that, and you don't really realize that 5 minutes have gone. So Happy Salmon 91. So this is it for this video. And we'll continue from 90 to 81 and so on. And one more thing, starting from 10 to 1, Alina will join me and she will comment on my picks. And she hopefully agrees with my picks. If not, then it will be more fun to look at this video. So thank you very much for watching, and we see you another time for more of the top 100s of all time. Bye bye.